The presidential aspirant on the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, is on a consultation visit to the Lamido of Adamawa Muhammadu Aliyu Mustapha. Well, this visit is part of his consultation tour to intimate the traditional ruler of his presidential ambition. Asiwaju Tinubu was accompanied by a former governor of Borno State, Senator Kashim Shettima, former chairman of the EFCC, Nuhu Ribadu, and the House of Reps member James Faleke. Asiwaju Tinubu is also meeting with APC delegates in Yola ahead of the party's presidential primary election. And still talking politics, according to a report, women are underrepresented at all levels of decision-making. And achieving gender equality in politics is far off. While a group of women known as Involving Women in Politics is making efforts to sensitize the public on the role of women in nation building.
The saying that opinion is free and fact are sacred is explicit in the lecture that is organized by this group. The focus is to change the narrative that Muslim women should not be in the limelight, even in leadership.
Islam does not hinder women not to be part of society, governance and leadership. In the time of the Prophet ﷺ, women also carried arms to go to war with the men when there was a need for it. In our society right now, women are vilified. Lately, I read on the social media pages about women sleeping with dogs. You can see that every time there's a society degradation, it normally targets the woman.
Whatever it is you give a woman, she multiplies. If you give us the leadership, we're going to end up giving you a very good quality leadership is what is going to come out of us. But if you don't even give us the chance, the opportunity to try, you're not going to get anything.
The chief speaker explored how righteous women can impact on the society. He urged them to make their views count in the country's decision-making process.
Women has a lot of advantages in order to gather each of one of them together for the purpose of maybe moving society to the righteous way.
Interestingly, the Quran attests to the importance of women.
The cleric also said that a whole chapter in the Quran is being dedicated to women. That is to say that the women are of importance just as the men.
If sensitizations as this yield desired result, there will be significant improvement in the involvement of women in societal development, and perhaps that will strengthen the country's journey to sustainable growth.
Now to agricultural matters, where 200 young Nigerian farmers are to receive agro-development training in Morocco and Israel. The move, which is a fallout of the country's Young Farmers Scheme, is being facilitated by the National Agricultural Land Development Authority. Our correspondent Lara Afolaya reports.
Agribusiness is one of the most viable means of youth employment creation, but agriculture remains greatly unattractive to much of Nigeria's young population, which grapples with vast unemployment. The Young Farmers Scheme is a strategy of government to get youths involved in agriculture. The initiative, which comes with agribusiness and wealth creation opportunities, has already engaged young people across the country.
You know, we are embarking on a program called Aggressive Food Production. This aggressive food production is building on what Mr. President achieved before 2019, that COVID-19, took the world by surprise, and Nigeria did not go cap in hand looking for food.
These beneficiaries are now to get practical knowledge in agriculture from Israel. They are the first batch of 20 from a total of 200 young farmers that will be getting trained in Israel and Morocco. The young farmers are excited about the knowledge to be acquired, which they hope to share with their contemporaries on their return to Nigeria.
Our expectations for this trip is for us to have more knowledge, to get to see the recent, or let's say the most common recent technology used in agricultural sector, so that we can find a way of how to bring it down here.
I would learn the new method of farming, a mechanized way of farming, and then bring it back home, and with our weather condition and the way we farm, I'll be able to merge the two and make a better farmer.
Israel and Morocco were chosen due to certain agriculture specializations which they possess that will be relevant to Nigeria's agriculture needs.
Morocco and Israel is given all over the world that they are very good in what they do, and there are things you will see that will provoke you to come back and begin to establish this in Nigeria. So it's not that Nigeria doesn't have good agrarian or a very good lecturers that can know, but we want to expose them to see that mechanized agriculture is real.
The Young Farmers Scheme is part of the Agricultural Land Development Authority's efforts at encouraging more young people to go into agriculture as part of the federal government's efforts at agricultural development. Lara Folayo, TVC News, Abuja.